Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again with the stupidest political analysis you have ever heard in this lifetime. Listen, before I even get started, if you have not gotten your tickets for the ADOS Advocacy Foundation Summit, please do that now. Please do that now. If you have not done that, please get busy and take care of that and do that now. Listen, family, I'm tired of this because it's like it's Groundhog Day every time. Everybody falls for the same stuff every time. And that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, that to me, what is going on? I didn't even put that up yet. What you doing? Just jumping around? Listen, that to me becomes a problem. I don't know how anybody else feels about anything, but that to me becomes an absolute problem that we continue to make the same mistakes day in and day out. I don't even know what else to kind of say about it, right? That we continue to make, but I just want to point out some stuff because a lot of people are saying the same thing now that they said then. I'm not going to be long, and I want to remind everybody that I will be out next week. I just want to remind you that I will be out next week. So just a reminder of that for everybody who, where did she go? I don't know where she was. This is normally the time, right? This is the day, this is the time. So I just want to remind everybody that I will be out. Let me put this over here. I will be out next week. And I'm sure whenever I'm out, that's when everything breaks loose. Although I cannot think of anything breaking loose more than what's being broke loose tonight. Now, how many of y'all heard Biden? Biden said he's out of here. And people was on MSNBC, people was about to cry and talking about that. But I just want to point out a few things because a lot of this stuff is being rehashed as we try to fight for Negroes who don't know how to fight for themselves. In terms of Kamala Harris, we are having a lot of the same fights. And I want to remind everybody that the fight started here. This was the fight. This was the conversation. So for those who are saying, I have a lot of people saying, Kamala ain't got time for what y'all talking about right now. She ain't got time. She got to go fight Trump, and she ain't got but a little while. Well, first of all, I don't like not being able to vote. I think you robbed me of my right to vote and go who choose. You just now got to have her because she made a bunch of calls after the fact. The money was going to go. The money got to go to the candidate, so it's going to go to her. She made all the calls. Now, all of a sudden, we got to, how many months we got on our little fingers till it's time to go vote. So you set me up here to have this person. We've talked about it on the Patreon. We can talk about how she failed just cataclysmically during the primary. Now I have to put all my money on her. But the conversation that we had in 2019, this was 2019, and we started telling people, all these my sister's keepers people, we started telling y'all in 2019 that, first of all, Kamala is not my sister. She is Brahmin and Jamaican. Right? That is not ADOS. That is not the same experience as an American descendant of slavery, comes out of chattel slavery. And some of y'all who are having that conversation online are having it wrong. Just talk about black. Blackity, blackity, black can mean anything. If you're going to just say, if you don't want to say ADOS, you can say black American or what. You cannot just say blackity, blackity, black. You're kind of muddying up the conversation. But this is where the conversation began. It's not whether Kamala Harris is black enough, critics say, but whether her policies will support Native Black Americans. That was us in 2019. So please don't tell me, Kamala, she just ain't had time. Well, she's in a rush. No, we told her 5 years ago, you dodo birds. I know some people who are out there criticizing ADOS. They only start talking and learning about campaigns right before campaign season because somebody says, I don't like Kanye. I think he half crazy. But one of the things he said that I think is true is that people start getting in the heads of Negroes who be on TV and radio and say, hey, this is what we need you to say. Hey, this is what we need you to do. Now, let me read this real quickly for you. This was 2019. Yet for many black people, there was an outcry. Despite Harris's being a graduate of Howard University, a top predominantly black university and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, the nation's oldest sorority, they questioned whether Harris would prioritize the challenges faced by American descendants of slavery, or ADOS, casting a light on growing rifts between African Americans in the United States and newer black immigrants. There was her record as a district attorney and district attorney and attorney general, which some have categorized as law and order. A video circulating of Harris laughing while discussing a program that created as attorney general to prosecute parents for their truant children. There are also leftover disappointments that President Barack Obama hadn't adequately addressed. So listen, don't tell me. One thing you're not going to tell me, old man Ebro, DL, Hughley, all of y'all who are out here are reading the talking points every day. Okay, this is what you want me to say. I guess this is what I'm going to say if it's what you want me to say. I don't think you're thinking for yourself. And if you are, then we have to talk about what's going on inside your head. We have to talk about what ideas you are bumping up against. We have to talk about what history you know. We have to talk about our wealth levels. But somebody who has made millions of dollars telling jokes might not understand what the rest of us are going through, and therefore you should not speak for us. You should not speak for us. If you don't understand, we cannot, let me tell you something, fam. This was 2019. Kamala Harris has had more than enough time. She got on that thing talking about the LIFT program or whatever it was. I'm not going to do anything specific for black people. And then they talking to Roland Martin saying it was taken out of context. It wasn't taken out of context. I don't care what context you put it in. I don't care what program you're talking about. She said the same thing that Barack Obama said. Remember Barack Obama said one wave lifts all ships. He stole that from Mondale. None of these people are original in terms of what they do and what they say. Some of y'all just don't read enough to know that they saying the same junk that a white man said 20 years ago. And don't blame me because you don't know nothing. That's not my fault. That's not Adolph's fault. That's not none of us. Don't argue with me in the comments with your hat turned to the back looking goofy. 45 years old, hat turned to the back with a scraggly beard. Argue with me. You better go find somebody to play with. Because we have been doing things, reading books, and putting together an agenda. Right? While y'all was just, who knows what y'all were doing? I don't know what these people do between elections. I do not know. But one thing I do know is that they're rehashing the same stupid arguments, which lets me know something else too. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't even know that them arguments have been debunked. But I will tell you one thing. I'm tired of this. These people get on the Selma Bridge. Kamala, you don't need to be on the Selma Bridge in terms of not as a black woman, in terms of how you want to do black, not as a black American, not as an ADOS person, American descendants of slavery, chattel slavery. You come from listen, Kamala Harris's life is defined by affluent immigrant parents. She had a scientist and an economist as parents. That is not our life. And if y'all want to lie to me and tell me that you too had economists and scientists for parents, you can lie to me all day long. You can have a psychotic break and be schizophrenic. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean you telling the truth. You are a fool. Her life, she was born in Oakland. So what? She spent her teen years and stuff in an affluent neighborhood in Canada. That is not your life. That is not what it means to be ADOS. Barack Obama, Kenyan father, a white mama, he told y'all wasn't going to take this bridge from him and you should have pushed him off of it. I'm talking figuratively, not literally, but you got to tell people this is where we park. You do not have this experience in this country. You do not own this bridge. You shouldn't be here just like as a white person is on this bridge. You don't come there and speak at it as a black woman. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all the situation that we're in. We may be in a situation where the first president and the first vice president, the first black president and the first black vice president, neither one of them will be from us. We will have never had an American descendant of slavery as president. But fine, if you're going to fix my people, I don't care whether you are white woman, white man, something else, I don't care. If you have an agenda for my people, you cannot have an agenda for my people that does not include closing the racial wealth gap. You got to have a plan for that. I told you that 5 years ago, Kamala. You have all the people in the world right now at your disposal in terms of people who do policy, in terms of people who write policy. I don't want to hear no excuses from you. I don't want to hear no excuses from y'all either. Who are you to talk to me and tell me what an excuse should be? Just because you got here and you want to be my sister's keeper and you don't even understand that Kamala's not your sister. You're not Indo-Jamaican or whatever that was, and you're not Brahmin. She's not your sister. She's a politician. And at some point, you have to understand what the relationship is between a voter and a politician. You are not family. You are not her sister, cousin, brother, uncle, or nothing. You are not family. That is not the relationship that a voter has to the person who's running for office. The only time you should ever have that relationship is if the person who is running is known for doing something for you. For example, if Martin Luther King had decided at some point to run for office if he had not been assassinated, that's different. That man has laid everything on the line for you. So you say, hey, I know he's already put forth the policies and I know his heart. That's a different situation. Y'all act like Obama and Kamala are civil rights leaders and just throw your heart on in there with him. Some of y'all out here talking. You don't even take care of your own children like that. You don't even pay child support. And you talking about staying with your brother, sister. You don't even stand with your own kids. You don't even stand with your own family that you know. You ain't seen your grandmama in 20 years talking about my sister's keeper. Shut up. All of us are not crazy. All of us are not fools. And we see what you're doing. We see exactly what it is. We see how you're selling out. And you want us to shut up about it. Sometimes you want to shut up about it because you just don't know no better. You don't know that you're playing the fool. You don't know that you are a fool. You don't know that everybody who is supporting somebody should be asking for an agenda. Some people don't need an agenda as much as we do, but you better believe they're going to ask for something. You better believe every group is going to have somebody on the phone. Women's group's going to have somebody on the phone. Oh, we heard you, Kamala. You talking about the women's rights. You better believe everybody's going to have somebody on the phone talking about agenda, whether they do it publicly or not. Where is Kamala's website? Well, Yvette, it just happened. Joe Biden just stepped down, Yvette. How could you expect her to have a website? Because the man is 80-something years old. You should have had a website when you took office that was ready to go. He could fall out any day. The president is elderly, and you don't have a website that's ready to go with a bunch of detailed stuff on it. What kind of politician are you? Sometimes you got to know how to read the politician. You should have everything ready to go. I would have something ready to go, even if the politician wasn't old. If I'm VP, I got something ready to go regardless. What? They sick? What? What? You feel faint? Get that ready, because you never know. What are we talking about? Now, let me just keep going. Sometimes I just go off. So I see this man is just incapable of having a conversation that, hey, yo, real spit, real dude. Hey, yo, I tell you what, he is incapable. He is incapable. Hot in here. Woo. Somebody said something he didn't like, called him a bot. Let me tell y'all, some of y'all don't love your own people and it shows. Some of y'all hate your own people and it shows. Now, maybe that's a marker of celebrity. You got to learn to hate the people below you because when they start asking for money and stuff, you don't feel so bad saying no. But some of y'all hate us and it shows. You don't love us. No, you can't call nobody no bot. You're not dehumanizing nobody. And that stuff's been gone. They found the bots in Ghana, DL. That's what they found the bot said. Hey, let me just say, DL, tell me a joke. Like, don't come in here like you are an authority or whatever. I'm going to use all my whatever. Tell me a joke. Also, tell me the last political book you read, and then tell me the last one before that, and then tell me the last political article you read. Tell me who was the best president for ADOS America. And if you say Barack Obama, I'm going to laugh at your face. I'm going to laugh in your face. Right in your face. Right in front of you. And if anybody ever touches me, you will become a part of the mass incarceration epidemic. I'm just going to let you know. Listen, I prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. You understand me? How do you call something? He don't even know enough. Like him and Ebro. That's how I know these talking points are going around again. Ebro said we will call somebody a bot too. Listen, y'all don't even know enough to know the whole bot narrative went away in 2020 because they couldn't find any evidence of it. It went away. Y'all are trying to bring something back to life that is not here anymore. And for who? For a woman you don't even know? Real spill. The difference between Kamala and Trump. One locked up felons and one is and the other one is one. I am my sister's keeper. In what world is Kamala your sister, DL? Some of y'all be trying to make up for sins that ain't got nothing to do with us. Some of y'all be trying to make up for sins that you have. Well, I apologize to Kamala. That's what DL said. And I told her some of the things I said about her I felt wrong. Well, that's your own personal stuff you got to deal with. Some of y'all like to deal with your trauma in public. Take it to private. Take it to private because we don't need it. We don't need all this confusion. We don't need all this loud mouth. We don't need all this cussing. We don't need you throwing this gutter stuff into what we do. We talk politics. We don't do this gutter stuff you doing. All this stuff for somebody who is not your sister, never been your sister, don't love you and don't love the people you love. That's not what this is. Politics is an exchange. It is not a gift. You owe your sister something. You owe your brother something. We are family. I would say, ADOS, we owe each other. We are family. Kamala's not your family. And she is not your sister. Kamala went to Howard University. Listen, I don't have no problem with who nobody want to marry. I ain't got no problem with that. Everybody can marry who they want as long as it don't defame their politics. I'm not going to criticize nobody for that. But since y'all want to talk about she, your sister, she went to Howard University, huh? That's where I went. I graduated there too. She went to Howard University, couldn't find no husband, found her a nice little white man, and you going to talk about you, your sister's keeper. She ain't your keeper. Listen, at what point in Kamala's life has she shown you to be your keeper, but you're going to be her keeper? Okay, that's fine. You're gonna keep somebody who never kept you. She's not some kind of hero. She's never shown herself to be part of the freedom struggle. That don't mean she's an awful person. That don't mean, and you can't never vote for her. That means you got to understand what are her politics. Let me tell you though. Let me tell y'all something else. We have to understand something. We have to understand something very clearly. We have to not only understand what her agenda is, but we have to understand that your agenda just cannot be. Your agenda cannot just be what somebody else is not. So we did that already. Well, we can't have Mitt Romney in there. We can't have McCain. We gotta vote Obama to figure it out. Well, we can't have Trump in there. Trump we gonna be slaves again if we go with Trump. I don't like any of Trump's policies. I think all of his policies gave money to the rich, right? I think he zeroed out programs that we need. I am not a Trump fan. But did they pull you outside and put you on the cotton field when Trump was president? I didn't see that happen. You keep talking to me about slavery. We're gonna be in slavery again. Well, wait a minute. I wasn't on the field now, dude. I felt like Trump's policies were awful for the most part, but didn't nobody come and tell me I got to be a house slave. Right, I don't remember nobody coming to, you gotta be, he gonna be in the field. I don't remember that happening. Why y'all exaggerate? Because you don't want to deal with the policy. You don't want to say, Kamala, listen, you have a little amount of time. You should have figured this out after ADOS came at you in 2019, but go get you an agenda together. I tell you what, Kamala, at the ADOSfoundation.org, we have an agenda and we have a reparations framework. Feel free to borrow from that. Let me ask y'all a question. How do you feel that the ADOS Advocacy Foundation has more of an agenda right now for a black agenda and a reparations agenda than your nominee than the person you want to vote for president? How do you feel about that? You should feel away. You should feel away. You should absolutely feel away. but your policy, when I'm just going, like I said, I'm not going to be here, China going to be here too long. But let me just say this. Your agenda has to be, it can't be negative. What is a negative agenda, Yvette? Well, it's everything that you're not. I'm not Trump, right? We're not going to do Project 2025. I did a show on Project 2025. No, that's what you're not. That's a negative agenda. That's telling you what you're not. What is your positive agenda? Not what you're not going to do. Tell me what you are going to do on my behalf. Tell me what you are going to do to improve the equality of life for ADOS. Tell me that. Because there is no framework for me that doesn't include ways to close the racial wealth gap, which is really a lineage wealth gap. Don't work for me. You have to tell me, you have to be able to tell me what to vote for. Not just, it has to be like, you have to vote for this, not just I'm voting against something. No, that doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know who told y'all that. Oh, this is, see, and this is something else that y'all do. This is something else that y'all do. Now, let me just make this a little bit bigger. This is something else that y'all do. DL is a great case study for people who really don't understand politics but think they do. He's a great case study for that. He really is. He's a great case study for that. Ooh, it's hot up in here. To those of you who say Kamala is not black, she's black enough for old white dudes to call her a DEI hire. Let me tell y'all what this is. That's why I hate this black thing, blackity, blackity, black. But let me tell y'all what this is. This is what people do when you know what this argument is? This is the Barack Obama can't catch a cab in New York argument. All right. What? Yvette, he black just like you. I mean, you could catch a cab before he could, if he was in New York. So what that say? I am not going to judge anybody I'm certainly not going to judge myself, my lineage, or anything based on what a racist cab driver or cop sees. I'm not going to judge Kamala on what racist people see when they call her a DEI hire, because it's not her race why they're calling that. Because if she was Vivek Ramaswamy and she was a Republican, they would not call her DEI. They would call her a candidate. Like you wouldn't. It's just because she's on the other side. That's not saying she's ADOS. Gosh. What are we talking about? Like honestly, if JD Vance was on this side and he was brown in some kind of way, they would be like, he's a DEI hire. He don't have no experience. He wrote one book. What is he? They would be saying he's a DEI hire. Yes, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. You have no criteria of your own. You don't have any. So you're just saying, if they say that, she must be black enough. If they say that about her, that means she is one of us. No. She's not, and I'm not my sister's keeper. She's not your sister, Dodo Bird. So what does that mean? Does that mean, Yvette, that you can't ever vote for her? No. We vote for white presidents. White men, except for Obama, that's been all the presidents. That's not saying you can't vote for her. That's just saying that you can't vote for her based on this thing. You can't vote for her based on her being brown. We don't do flat blackness anymore. We don't do you brown, you one of us. We don't do, I can't even do the Kiki hair thing with Kamala. Dang. I used to say you just because you brown with Kiki hair, but that don't go, I'm not that brown, right? Like, I look like more of I'm Lena Horne or what, complexion or come on. But that's not how we define lineage. It's where you come from, who you come from. Yes, we are descendants of slave and slave masters, chattel slavery in America, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, sharecropping, convict leasing. That's what we come from. And that's what creates the racial wealth gap, which is really a lineage wealth gap that needs to be closed. And that's what we have to talk about. I'm not saying you can't vote for whoever you want to vote for, but I'm saying it has to be based on policy. It cannot be based on you thinking that's your sister. What kind of holes do y'all have in y'all hearts and stuff that need to be filled by you feeling like you take care of your sister? Did you have a sister or something that you didn't take care of? What's going on? I don't even, why my sister's keeper? Who? In what world do we define this person as family? You have to have a positive agenda. Like I said, you can't have a negative agenda. It can't just be like not being Trump. You have to have a positive agenda specifically for me, not just for America, not just for everybody. We did that with Obama. Ain't y'all tired? Ain't y'all tired of this? We did that with Obama. Obama telling us, no, if he told us, listen, if something's good for America, it's going to be good for you. And the racial wealth gap is still the racial wealth gap. Ain't nothing changed. We ain't doing no better. He talked about how he apologized to her. Child, sit down somewhere with all that weeping and whining. Oh, all these hothouse flower people. I told her when I believe, because I apologize because I believe some things about her. Child, whimpering and whining and crying. There's a lot of black men out here crying. Like what is a lot of crying going on? Van Jones and Van Jones, so he gonna come out and say, well, Van Jones came out and said, well, I was on the phone with a lot of black men and they said they gonna defend her and they said they got her back. She got a man. I don't know what y'all doing. She got a man. What we talking about? You think she need the thrones of ADOS men in this country to have her back? She got a man. Y'all act like all her man. And she got a, what's his name? Douglas Emhoff child. She don't need you for that. What's going on in y'all's imaginations? Do you need to be needed? You gonna have to go find somebody for that. You find somebody who love you. We got you. And they gonna have her back. That's not your responsibility as a voter to have somebody's back. Please do not confuse being a candidate. This is a candidate for office with your sister. You are a voter. This person is a candidate. They're supposed to give you something for your vote, something positive. It can't be, it's not personality. It can't be, I'm an AKA. It can't be, I'm a black woman. It can't be, I went to Howard. Who gives Joe Turkey butt? It can't be none of that stuff. It has to be, I have an agenda that will improve the quality of your life. Obama put on a whole scheme and scam for us. Obama was walking around talking like a preacher. He could do a better act than Kamala could. He got the whole preacher vernacular together, was in there with the cadence of Martin Luther King. Yeah, well, had people in there shouting. He was in there singing in one of the churches. You don't shut up. Singing Al Green, you and Negroes just got hypnotized. Don't you get tired of being hypnotized over stupid stuff? Don't we ever want to get serious at some point? This woman ain't doing well. I keep bringing this up. And that ain't got nothing to do with us. That's just a polling. But y'all finna work magic. That's my sister. That's my family. I'm finna get busy. I'm finna do it. They're my peoples. No, we can't. We're not doing that no more, dodo birds. We're not doing that no more. We need an agenda. She got, you can whip up. Listen, like I said, you can go over there to the 8 Ounce Foundation agenda and just whip one up real quick. We don't mind if you lift from us. You can go to the reparations framework page too and lift from us. You can do all of that. You can lift. This agenda should be up. All this stuff should be up by now. A vice president with an 80-something-year-old president, and you ain't got everything ready to go. It's just crazy. This is insanity. We didn't, and let me tell y'all something. All those little insults y'all are using, that y'all used last time and called us bots and all that stuff because we were talking about Kamala last time. Guess what? She still plummeted last time. She was out of the race by the time Joe Biden picked her. She fell to almost last place, single digits. She was out of there anyway. It didn't help. So those of you all who think you're going to call us names and all this stuff this time, it didn't help your candidate last time. It's just going to further divide the vote. So you should think about what you want to do, Dodo Bird. Do you want to do this over again? Because we can do it over again. We can do it over again if you want to. But what y'all should have did that time is say, you know what, you're right. She does need a positive black agenda. We should talk to her about that. That's what y'all, I don't know what you think you're doing, dodo birds. Y'all don't get up off the ground. Dodo birds don't fly. Back when they were around. This is not going to win you anything. This is not going to win you anything running around hollering at us. Her campaign unraveled because of her last time. It had nothing to do with us. She doesn't have great numbers among us. If you want to get her numbers up among ADOS, you better get busy. You need a positive agenda. It's not about swag. Remember everybody saying Obama had swag? Yvette, you just got to understand. Obama, you just got to give him. I remember, Yvette, you got to give Obama a second term so you don't understand politics, Yvette. He's playing chess and you playing checkers. Just wait, Yvette. He going to hook us up, Yvette. Second term, he didn't hook you up, not one thing. Racial wealth gap been getting worse. They been getting better. Racial wealth gap still there. We're in the same position. Obama's in Martha's Vineyard, but y'all told me he was playing checkers and he was playing chess. Now he's playing checkers. How did your life improve? How did your life improve? And don't tell me you got health care. I'm not saying you don't, and I'm not saying that there were not some improvements, but don't tell me that it's cheap. I have it. My health care is a car note. So don't tell me no lies, because I know some people like to lie thinking won't nobody know. They lie there, look to the left and the right. They lie and then look around like can't nobody catch me in this lie. I catch you in that one. How was the lineage wealth gap? What were the major changes that happened during Obama administration? Y'all told me he was playing chess. I was playing checker. Chess, checker. Chess, checker. Okay, what happened? And we're here now, and you're about to make the same mistake again. Y'all feel so rushed by the circumstances. You don't want to ask her for nothing. We just got to get her elected. Come on, Yvette. We just got to. Come on, Yvette. I said this earlier. Shout out to the person who said this. That this is not your job. The job of the voter is not to protect the candidate. That's how you talk about Trump and MAGA, that's how they are. They're like cultists when it comes to Trump. That's like a cult. We don't want to be the same kind of cult. We don't want to be that. Believing that Trump is divine. We don't want to be that. We want to be serious people who take politics seriously. That's who we want to be. We want to be people who understand the relationship between voter and candidate. That's who we're supposed to be. Kamala done work to get all the delegates outside, and she was on the phones and all that stuff. Salute to you. You worked hard on that. Now, I need to see what comes of this. What is in this for me? If you voting, there should be something in it for you. Because this is what we're not doing no more. I'm not doing this no more with y'all. I'm not doing this no more with y'all. I'm done with this with y'all. We're not doing this no more. I don't care who said it. I don't care who say different. We're not doing this no more. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you think. I'm not doing this with you no more. Everybody who look like you ain't you. Everybody who look like you ain't trying to do what's best for you. I'm not thinking about who look good, who got swag. Y'all got to grow up and get out of that. Like, we have to grow up as a group of people to get the kind of politics we need. And we can't have people rushing us away from it because stuff is just, oh, it's just too much going on, Yvette. You know, it's just, well, the Trump, every year is something. Mitt Romney, Yvette. We can't have Mitt. We can't have John McCain, Yvette. But when are we ever gonna get what we need? Because I got to tell you something. Let me just show you. Because we can't do this. All this stuff y'all was trying to do, like, this is just garbage. We're not doing this no more. I'm not. Because listen, look here. I want y'all to pay close attention. Those of you all who don't pay attention until elections, I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. White families have more wealth than Black, Hispanic, and other or multiple race families in 2019. It's worse now. This is pre-COVID. Those of you all who I gets to the bag. You a lie. The data say you don't. You lying. You probably can't put your hand on $2,000 right now. I gets to the bag. No, you don't. The data says you don't get to the bag. That's what the data. I'm not trying. The data say what it say. You don't get to the bag because the data is about who we are as a group. It's not about just who. And that data is not disaggregated. So it includes everybody. And we are the poorest of the poor. Don't tell me you gets to the bag. Y'all got to go start lying to somebody else too. I can't take all these lies. These lies are a lot to me. Look at this Brookings. Look at that. You see that little blue on the bottom? See that little blue, that little light blue on the bottom that you can't barely see? When we talking about wealth and stuff. That's you. That's me. See that navy blue line that keeps going up? That's white folk. You don't have enough wealth. You don't have enough income. You don't have enough rights. If you want to help Kamala, help her write an agenda. If you want to help Kamala, you want to see her across the finish line, help her write an agenda. I'm here. You can contact me, DM me. I'm free. I'm not saying DM me. Come on. We can do it. Yvette Carnell at ADOSFoundation.org. I'm willing to help. But can't nobody look at this. You cannot stay alive in the richest country in the world for no long time with all the stuff that has changed in this country, from AI to automated. They going to automation, so we ain't got the jobs. We have immigration, so we have people here who are lowering the wage floor. All of this stuff is happening. We have inflation. You cannot survive with no wealth. That thing that says zero wealth by 2053 is worse now. I think we might be at zero wealth now. And y'all telling me we just got to vote for Kamala to avoid. No, there is no person who is running for office right now that we should not be getting something from. You should get in the habit of when somebody says, I want your vote, you should say, I want your agenda. I want your vote. I want your agenda. Tell me where to find it. I would love to have your vote. I would love to have your agenda. I want to see what you're doing for my community. Tell me where to find it. Is there a QR code? Is there a website? Tell me where to find it so I can figure out what you're doing. Right? That's how you do that. You don't say, I'm my sister's keeper. That's not your sister, you dummy. You don't even have the relationship frame right. You stupid self. That's not your sister. Some of y'all don't even talk to your sister, but you on here talking about that's your sister. We have a lack of intergenerational wealth transfers. That's our main issue. We don't have it. And that ties all the way back to slavery. 40 acres and a mule wasn't even enough. There was a study not too long ago that shows even if we had gotten 40 acres and a mule, it wouldn't have been enough. And we're going to talk about we just got to vote for them. Every time somebody comes around from Barack, it started, we just got to vote. We just got to do it. Why? Mitt Romney is a regular Republican. What are you talking about? Like, y'all wouldn't even do it with Mitt Romney. We couldn't even have a conversation with Mitt Romney. Was the most normal capitalist Republican you could ever have. We just can't let Mitt get in there. Not Mitt. You mean Mittens? Well, Mitt, you don't know Yvette. You don't know Mitt like I know Mitt. Where you met Mitt? Well, what they saying is really dangerous about Bain Capital. Yeah, I mean, it's awful, but it's awful in the way that Republicans do awful things. It's not out of the range of awful. But y'all can't tell me that Trump is so bad because y'all told me the same thing when Obama was running against Mitt Romney. I ain't forgot. I ain't forgot that. I ain't forgot that y'all tried to say he was the boogeyman too, and I could even ask about it then. Let him get a second term, Yvette. Well, if you let him get a second term, we don't have to negotiate. He ain't got to negotiate nothing with you. Once he gets a second term, it's over with. And y'all telling me we just got to get Kamala first. Listen, we can't continue to think we're going to be able to do more with less People, you said that during the Obama administration, you see the wealth gap is still there. You see nothing. We didn't have any improvements. Y'all told me that then. That whole project of just vote and then ask for stuff after they get announced. Remember Al Sharpton said, I'm not going to criticize Obama until the second term. Well, it's too late then, Al. You knew that. Al Sharpton don't even play checkers. He played Uno. He don't even play Uno. He played pinochle. He don't play pinochle. What he play? What Al Sharpton play, y'all? What's a little game you can play that don't require no real thought? What's a little game you can play? Like what's them little? It's got to be a game. Cause sometimes Uno can get into it when you get them reverse and draw forwards. It's got to be a game below that you can play. What Al Sharpton play? He got to play something. He got to play Connect Four. He got to play Connect Four. That's right, Avery. He got to play Connect Four. That's why he don't play chess or checkers. He play Connect Four. Said, I'm not going to criticize him until he out of the White House. You play Connect Four, Al. Don't tell us nothing. Don't tell us nothing. We ain't got time for that. You got to have a positive agenda about what you're going to do for us if you want us to vote for you. That's your job. My job is not to protect the candidate. What is your agenda? I don't protect you. I don't know you. Yeah, go fish. Somebody said go fish. It's go fish with tongue. Solitaire. That's why Al play solitaire, y'all. Oh, woo. Now he do something, child. He do something. I'm telling you. Woo. It's a wild time. But listen, I said I'm not going to be on here long. I'm finna go to the phones. But Kamala is not your sister. Ladies and gentlemen, tic-tac-toe, no! Not tic-tac-toe, fam. Kamala's not your sister. She is your candidate. And candidates need to be held to an agenda. She has everybody at her disposal, right? She absolutely can do it. She can do it. I believe you can go find them, Kamala. I believe you can if you want to. I believe you can. She absolutely can go find the people to write that. Not marbles, fam. Stop. I believe she can do it. I believe Kamala can go find the policy experts. It won't be hard to find, right? And write that up. And if you need me to look over that, I'm at your disposal. But I'm finna go to the phones, fam, and see what y'all have to say. I will be back and we can have the conversation. Like I said, I told you I won't be alone. I am back, fam. I am back. We're gonna go straight into the phones. Straight into the phones. Somebody said pity pat. Somebody said Marco Polo. Let me stop. Da, 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 da. Marco Polo. Anyway, I'm going to I am going to first call. I'm going to 601. 601, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind? Y'all show this. Fill up these queues tonight.
Hey, Vet, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Great. This is Cheryl out of Mississippi.
Hey, Cheryl.
Family out of the SIP.
What's going on? What's up with you?
So, as a grassroots activist in my community, in the surrounding community, I've just really come to discover that our post-traumatic slave disorder is actually present-day traumatic slave disorder in overdrive. Our people really we're comfortable with suffering. We do not have an urgency about ourselves to change. We don't want to sacrifice. You're just living in a generation of adults who do not want to sacrifice anything to achieve what we so greatly deserve. We were left with a platform during the civil rights era that we squandered. We really have. And like I said, we're just comfortable with our foolishness. You can't tell us nothing. We'll see that we're moving in the wrong direction. What we're doing is not working for us. And before we change, we'll cuss each other out.
Ain't no fool like a stubborn fool, boy.
And people who almost got one foot in the graveyard and the other one on a banana peel, they the worst.
Ooh.
And that's my generation. The people in my generation, they are the worst.
It does. They
learn so slow. They so slow to learn. They know that they got a lot of the stuff they got by nefarious means. They won't talk about that. Inappropriate behavior, half raising the children, and I really think we're just gonna have to partner up with people of like mind. That's the only option we have.
I agree. If somebody,
we could put the information out there. I have a couple of text feeds. 15 people here, 20 there. Some of them are my family. Some of them are friends in the community, and I post your videos. I post the different videos that I learn information from, and when I tell you, they don't say flip.
No, they don't. But you post a funny video in there. You post a comedy show in there. Y'all will be going for 3 days. You post a video in there of somebody's comedy show. Y'all will be.
This is who we are. We gotta face it. We have become a toxic people unto ourselves. Yes, white supremacy has done its job. These were evil geniuses, and they did the work.
They did the work. They planted them seeds, and them seeds is rooting.
They did the work. You said a word when you said that.
They knew what they did. They planted all them seeds. It's people online right now, and this is it's like, whoa, I can't even be online as much as I used to. Because people online will, and it's the same thing as it was in 2019. They will cuss me out and call me everything but a child of God, and eat a turd from Kamala Harris. And it's just like, wait a minute. What I'm trying to do is trying to help you, your kid, everybody. This is to help you. Kamala ain't trying to help you. She's an opportunist politician, the same way as Trump. I don't even think Trump wanted to be president. He wanted to get attention for himself, but he landed there. But these are opportunistic people. I'm trying to help you, and you mad at me?
Well, I'm here to tell you, we're comfortable in our dysfunction.
Comfortable in our dysfunction. Oh, you done said a word. I
love you so much.
I love you back.
And I will be at the conference.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Hot water, I'll be there.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, the rest of y'all in the chat, get your ticket too. Appreciate you. What'd you say?
My poor friends and family just gonna have to put up with me. Just gonna have to put up with me because I'm gonna have a word for them every time I see them. This is what I spend my spare time doing.
Well,
studying.
But you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do, fam. When they come
to work, so I don't have to.
Let me tell you something, though. What you got to do to them people, though. Let me tell you how you do them people. Let me tell you how I do them. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need this. Now, they going to come to you with some individual, but it's going to be something that comes out of our lack of doing politics or doing politics the right way. Well, you know what I need? I show this job ain't really right. And I really could use my light. Did you know they said they're going to cut my lights off? I shoot with the bar. Well, now, hold on. Hold on with that light bill money. Because when I told you income, we don't have wealth or whatever, you said you got it. Now you look like you don't got it. You see, people who got it don't have them limited savings. So let's talk about whether you got it or you ain't got it. People be hating me when they get in trouble. Well, hold on, let's talk about it. you gonna get a lecture. You come to me talking about something, you still might walk away with no money. I ain't got it like that either. So I gave you a lecture and nothing. You might get a 20 and I'm gonna need it back. I will hunt you down.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, then I'm going to let you go. You know what I call our capital city here in Mississippi?
What?
You know it's Jackson, Mississippi, right?
Uh-huh.
I call it a donut hole. Now, how many times have you eaten one? You tell me. So that lets you know what's in Jackson.
Oh,
just think about it.
I got you, sis. I got you. I appreciate you calling, too. Oh, whew. You have a good one,
yes,
fam.
Ma'am.
I see you in October. All right now. Bye. Woo.
Yes,
she
ma'am,
right.
For sure. Bye-bye.
Comfortable in our dysfunction. Oh, that gave me a little bit of that put a little chill on me. You put a little chill. Ooh. Let me go here now to 818. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey.
Hey.
I was just thinking about the way that I said,
hey,
when Kamala was on the griot and the way she said it, like it hurt me deep when she said it.
You felt it.
I'm in California, Yvette. We know what the California Democratic elites have done in San Francisco. You can't even go to San Francisco no more. They tore it up. I mean, they let people run amok, not taking care of what's important. And, they don't, it's really offensive, Yvette, when an educated person of her, they tell us that she's so educated and she's missing the mark on this issue. It's an insult to education. It really is. And I'm offended that people are feeling some type of way that we are not supposed to see her for what she is. We already been through the Obama thing. I've said that about Obama. He does not have a connection to an ADOS mother or father, and that's a big problem for us. And the white elites on each side, the Republicans and the Democrats, they focus in on that. They make sure there's not a slave descendant in the families of these people who they put on, So that's why we keep missing the mark. And then another thing, sister, the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King said before he died, he knew he was not going to get to the mountaintop with us. And he warned us that people that look like us are going to sabotage us all the way to the mountaintop. So we must stay cognizant of that as well. And I'm going to close right there. I love you, my brothers and my sisters.
Appreciate you.
From California.
All right, appreciate you, fam. Love you much. And you know what? Y'all know what else Dr. King said? Dr. King was very critical. People talk about Dr. King being critical of liberals, but Dr. King was also critical of the number of ADOS people who were not in the civil rights movement. Go back and read where do we go from here. He was critical of the amount of people. He said that movement could have gone a lot farther if more of us had decided that we want to be a part of. And we're still there. More of y'all had decided you want to go to joinados.com and we're going to do something and we're going to stay. We're going to be patient and build chapters because progress ain't fast. Like, then we could do it. But like, we're in the same predicament all over again. Everybody want to talk. Everybody want to do Twitter fingers. Everybody want to yell. But when it comes times, hey, y'all want to come out here and help out with some of this work that people are doing? I just be, I don't know. I just, no, that's not going to get it. That ain't going to never cut it. I appreciate you, fam. Let me go to another caller. I am going to 419. 419, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind?
Oh, this is Marvin from Ohio.
Hey, Marvin, what's going on?
My thing with this all is, it's like, to me, Kamala, I think if she can turn out, I'd say might flip Georgia again.
I don't think so. Oh, no, man.
Really, the ADOS votes in a couple places like Metro Atlanta, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Detroit, and Flint, Michigan.
Hold on one second for me. Hold on one second for me, fam.
No?
You know she's like 25, 30 points behind in Georgia right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, it's like, if she can flip those. I just said, I don't see how they even picked her. This process I just don't see it. And you know who really is almost ADOS, if you look at his background?
Who that?
And being from Ohio, J.D. Vance. He's like a migration north-like person. When you hear they try to make his story of his family coming from Kentucky to Ohio. My family came from Ohio to Mississippi. My family came here. They got factory jobs. They got jobs that had pensions, which now I have a job with a pension, but I don't know a black person who's under the age of 55. I don't see a government worker with a job in the private sector that has a pension plan. And we're kind of just floundering. I live in a state where Columbus, Ohio is black people are just being pushed out. And I hear, and we don't want to ask the questions that, where is the agenda? We don't want to ask it from Kamala. We don't want to ask. We're not most definitely going to get it from Trump. I think we're just floundering. And I see it in myself. I have to put myself in there, and I see it in my community.
Mm-hmm.
In this whole country, we're like floundering, and it's like I hear a lot of black men, Trump. Well, I got a business. You filled out LLC paper.
They ain't got no business. We have to. I don't think these black men who say I got a business understand that we have the paperwork on business from the government. We know you ain't got no business. Like, why you gotta lie to us? What do we do to deserve that lie?
Because it's like sometimes I think we just want to feel important. Like I said, I you know what I see in like Ohio? I see white barbershops doing cutting black hair because they see it's profitable in that. They see, I see things which I'm like, man, if in the next, like I said, when I see like wealth, I see houses which were $80,000 in black neighborhoods, and less. Like during the housing crisis, now selling for $400,000 or $500,000.
Yeah.
Like neighborhoods is gentrified.
Well, hold on, fam. Let me just say, there used to be a time, right, during your parents' lifetime, depending on how old you are, right, especially during my parents' lifetime, and people younger than me, where the house was 3 times your yearly salary, right? So if you made about 30, your house was around 90. That's how much my parents paid for their house. So like, and I'm talking about that was another house. My parents bought 2 houses, right, in their lifetimes. So like, it boggles the mind. So like, that's what you can. It's affordable. Life is affordable. Life is not affordable when you making 45, 55. If you making that and the house is 400, y'all got to contextualize that to these older people. So go ahead, fam. I'm sorry.
But see, and like a good example, I went to a retirement meeting, and I told one of my friends that, you know how many times I'm in this meeting, this was like 2 nights ago, how many white people who I know who had $2 to $7 million in like 401k accounts. and I work at just, I make good money. You know how many people just talk about, well, I gave my son and daughter $40,000, $50,000. One dude gave his daughter $150,000 down on the house. And I tell black people that, I said, you don't realize how far they are ahead. You're not going to catch up trying to start a little log here.
Well, just say that. No, wait a minute. You got to say it different. You're not going to catch up to white people trying to act white. Like, you're not gonna do, like, we love to, I got a business, that's why I gotta do it, I got a business, like they got a business, I got a business. You just acting. They have a business, they have jobs, they have wealth they've inherited. Like, I saw a great back and forth online where the guy says not all white people have money. Then down the line in the thread he said, but I inherited I inherited $1 million from my parents when they passed. Shut up. These people be lying to you. Yeah, and somebody put NAFTA in there. Yeah, you know who was president when NAFTA happened? Bill Clinton. So it's just like, we have this idea, Democrat good, Republican bad. Yes, Republican worse maybe, but we start off at kind of bad. But I'll let you finish up, fam.
Yeah, and that's why I tell a lot of people that. Like, I just sit here and I'm like, I just see us floundering. I don't see us, and like I said, I don't see the organization. I'm actually going to join your organization.
I thank you.
I think that's kind of
I think you should.
Because we don't have nobody, we really don't have no, especially Generation X and below. We don't have anybody advocating on our behalf, and you are the only ones advocating on our behalf. Tariq Nasheed does, and I don't care how much they.
Oh, don't mention the name on the show. That's the pimp who shall not be named. We don't name that person anymore. That's irrelevant to us.
Okay.
But I appreciate you, fam. I got
people they know.
I got to get to some other callers, but I appreciate you for calling in. I appreciate you. You have a good one. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, everybody has a track record. I know people told me in 2019, this person, Yvette, get this person a chance. They're going to do some good things. And we're 5 years in, and the only thing that person that he named has done is create fundraisers for themselves. We've sold everything from deodorant to flags to keychains. At some point, y'all just got to wake up. And if you don't wake up, there's nothing I can do. I think now he's running around chasing some Puerto Rican. Ain't nothing I can do. Ain't no, what you gonna do with that? Ain't nothing I can do with that. Y'all want to be, if you want to be one man's ATM, I can't stop you. And I ain't gonna try to stop you no more. 404, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind? 404?
Hey, what's going on,
Not too much. Speak up a little bit for me. I can barely hear you. Speak up a little bit for me.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Hello? I don't know what happened to that caller. I am now going to 972. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind?
Hi, Yvette. This is Andy. How are you doing?
Hey, Andy. What's going on? I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, nothing much. Usually there's a lag between where I can hear you and where you can hear me, so I'm going to keep this really short.
Mm-hmm.
In August, we need to do 31 days of ate-up political failure. Every day, something needs to come out from ate-up's organization highlighting our failure.
Whew.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that will hurt some people's hearts, but yeah.
And I'm not trying to be petty, and I'm not trying to be mean. We're going to have to wake us up, each other up. And I was just thinking, if it came out from ADOS.org, because, if we just do it individually, it just sounds like we're nitpicking. But if it came out from ADOS.org, we need to do the failures from 2019 on, because I've been doing it in my mind about every single thing Antonio and yourself have warned, and it has come to pass in spades. But people need to see it, and we need to tie it to the people who were speaking.
I agree with you, fam. I agree with you. Look at that. My camera getting hot. I'm sorry, fam. Go on.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just praying that you'll just say August ADOS political failures starting August 1st, and just name them. Just name it and name the people who spearheaded it.
Absolutely. It's a lot to name.
Yes, it is. And in 31 days, we have enough time just to get into the fray.
I appreciate you. I agree. It's something definitely we can do.
Okay, I'm gonna let you.
You have a good one though.
Let you go. I love you.
Love you back. Love you back. That's probably gonna be it for me, fam. I've been playing around with my camera. My camera done got hot. So that's what I get for playing around with stuff. But I listen, this is not the end of this conversation. Those of you who have not subscribed, please go to patreon.com/ycarnell. Like I said, we're not gonna get to any more callers today. We will get to some more callers next time. Yeah, hey man, like this is, and I know, hey, look at my little camera keep getting hot, but we just can't make this mistake again. Like we've made this mistake enough. Like we just can't keep making this same mistake again. If that kind of makes sense to everybody, this becomes a problem, right? And you know, what I am trying to, I don't understand why people don't understand that we cannot continue to make these same mistakes over and over and over again. I'm not the problem. ADOS is not the problem. The problem is people who refuse to have a political agenda. That is the problem. You know, and the people who keep thinking of us as the problem don't really, just take a step back and look at this thing, right? And with some serious consideration. So I'm gonna leave it there, fam. We will have this again. I will be on tomorrow night at patreon.com/ycarnell. So, you know, if you have $3 to throw my way, by all means. There are also, if you sign up, there are a couple of shows I've done over there. If you sign up that we're not behind the paywall. So you can do that as well. But I will end it right here, fam. Like I said, I'm not going to be in here long today. I finally stuck with that when I said, most time I say that, I don't mean it, and I be there, but I got to be out of here today. So I will talk to y'all later. Please keep it easy breezy. Don't bother nobody. Don't let nobody bother you. Please hit the like button, subscribe button as you head out. All right? Later on, fam.